everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to dive into a topic that is really often misunderstood but plays a huge role in our overall health, and that subject would be metabolism. If you're looking to rev up your metabolism and achieve your fitness goals, you're definitely in the right spot. My name is Nadia and I'm going to walk you through 4 effective tips to rev up your metabolism naturally. Let's get started. Before we can dive into how to boost your metabolism, we need to cover what metabolism is. Metabolism is a complex set of biochemical processes that occur in all living organisms to sustain life. I know that sounds complicated, but let's break it down. Basically, all that means is that metabolism is a series of chemical functions that take place in the body in order to break down food into energy. There are 2 primary components of metabolism, the first being catabolism and the other anabolism. Catabolism involves the breakdown of larger molecules into smaller molecules, and that is basically when you eat carbs, fats, proteins, that gets broken down into smaller components that your body can use. That then leads into anabolism, which is the building of small molecules into larger ones. So think of something like protein synthesis. You're breaking down larger foods to supply the protein synthesis in order to build proteins to rebuild your muscle. Okay, that is the basic definition of metabolism. But when we talk about metabolism, what are we actually referring to? We're thinking of basal metabolic rate, or BMR. BMR is the amount of energy your body needs in calories in order to basically maintain your body while at rest, to maintain functions like blood circulation, maintaining temperature, as well as supporting organ function. BMR accounts for the largest portion of your body's energy expenditure and is usually determined by factors like age, gender, body composition, as well as your diet. One more thing I need to define before we can really get started is something called N.E.A.T, which stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis. But let me break that down for you too. N.E.A.T is basically saying that these are activities that you're not planning in terms of exercise. A lot of this would be standing, walking, gardening, even fidgeting. N.E.A.T can vary vastly from person to person, and it can significantly contribute to the amount of calories burned per day. Individuals with higher levels of N.E.A.T typically burn more calories throughout the day, and this can vary depending on your occupation, your activity level, as well as just your day-to-day life. Metabolism is impacted by a variety of factors, both genetic and environmental, so let's go over a couple. The first one is age. As you get older, you lose some muscle mass, so as you get older, your metabolism tends to slow down and therefore you can lead to weight gain. There's also the aspect of gender. Men tend to burn more calories and have a higher metabolic rate than women do, and this is simply because they have a higher percentage of lean body tissue, which burns more calories when at rest. Body composition also has a significant role in metabolism. Muscle tissues require more energy than fat does when at rest. So if you're built of more muscle, you're going to burn more calories when at rest than someone who has more fat on their body than muscle when they are at rest as well. And of course, something that I'm always promoting is physical activity. Physical activity can significantly increase your metabolic rate. Exercise builds muscle. And like I just said, muscle burns more calories when at rest than fat does. Okay, we have all of the boring stuff out of the way. Now let's talk about what you really came here for. How can you naturally boost your metabolism? Well, there are 4 main things I want to cover. Number 1 being you have to stay hydrated. Why is water so important when you're looking to naturally boost your metabolic rate? Let me throw out some science words for you. Water provides a sympathetic stimulus, which increases metabolic rate through something called thermogenesis. This increase in thermogenesis can lead to increase in metabolic rate as much as 30% in both men and women. So you definitely want to try to aim for at least 8 glasses of water in a day. If you can, even more. Typically the range that doctors recommend is 8 to 11 glasses. But if you can get more than 11, maybe even 15, definitely go for it. Something else that's really great about water is that it can help you enter a calorie deficit naturally. When you're at a meal and you're eating, if you eat a little slower and take more sips of water in between, this can help you achieve a state of feeling full faster. And when you're drinking water throughout the day, you can retain this feeling of being full for much longer and therefore enter a calorie deficit much more easily. Number 2, focus on protein. I know I said it before and I'm going to say it again. Protein is such a useful tool when trying to lose weight because protein compared to carbs and fats takes much longer to break down. And so when your body is going through this digestion in the stomach, it's burning calories to break down that protein. And because protein takes longer to break down, you still feel full for much longer. By taking in more protein, you're also supplying your body with building blocks to build your muscles back up and go through protein synthesis. And like I said again, and I'm going to go through it one more time, is that building muscle can help boost your metabolism as well. We all have muscle, but by going to the gym and building more muscle, we are definitely able to increase that metabolic rate. And how does this compare? So if you're sitting at rest for the entire day, your fat cells are going to burn about 2 calories a day for every pound, whereas every pound of muscle is going to burn about 6 calories a day. Now imagine what happens when you're losing weight and you're burning off that fat and you're increasing your muscle. The amount of calories burned from that fat decreases, but the number of calories you're burning from your muscle increases by 3 times, as I mentioned before. Alright, and this last one I want to go over is something that everyone immediately gears towards when they're thinking, okay, lose weight, what am I going to do? I'm going to go for a run. I'm going to focus on cardio. How does cardio really impact metabolism? Cardio very obviously burns calories, but according to research, cardio can also cause something called energy compensation. This simply stated means that the more calories we burn through cardio, the less our bodies will burn through NEAT. Our bodies are really skilled at maintaining our set points. So when you're burning more calories than your body is used to, it's going to reduce NEAT in order to maintain that set point or try to at least offset it. I know this can be confusing to understand, but let's look at an example to kind of break it down even further. Let's say that on a typical day using NEAT, you burned 500 calories. But on a special day, you decide to go for a run, and on that run, you also burned 500 calories. Well, what's going to happen is your body is going to offset. So instead of fidgeting like you normally would, your body is going to subconsciously reduce that level of fidgeting. So instead of burning 500 calories in a day through NEAT, you're going to burn 350. Of course, there is still that really great net caloric burn, but I just wanted to let you know that there is that little offset. Everyone varies vastly, but on average, when you burn 100 calories doing cardio, that net caloric burn is actually closer to 72 because of this NEAT offset. So yes, for sure, cardio definitely works to improve your metabolic rate, but I would definitely recommend on focusing on your diet, taking in that high levels of protein, as well as water to really boost your metabolism naturally. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you already haven't, and I will see you guys in the next one.